This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hello everyone. So in our previous class, we were working with data pages, no? So let me give you a quick recap on that. So data pages is one of the source where we can able to pull the data from the data class, and it will be having two modes, that is read only and editable mode. So if I just make this as an read only, or if I just make this as an editable, then I cannot able to share this data across node level. So node level will be gone, and the load management refresh, that is refresh strategy, also will not be applicable for that. And it will be having of three scopes, that is thread, requester, and node. If I just create one data page for thread, I can able to share this data across that work object level. And if it is marked as a requester, then I can able to use this across my operator level. So if I just use login for the first time in the day, so till my log off, I can be seeing that data page in my clipboard all the time. And between, if I just log off, or if I restart my machine, or if I restart the server, then the page will be gone. And similarly, the node level meaning it will be across the server level. So all the people who got connected to that particular node can able to access that data page. So if we have data page ready in our clipboard, it will not be interacting with the database. So that is one advantage, and this will be some kind of disadvantage also. Let me tell you the disadvantage. So if I just have data in my data class, so this is the class where we are having data. So if I just create the work object, data page will be created, and I can able to see all the data in my work object. So all the states details I can able to see in my section. So this is what we know. And if suppose if you are trying to make some modifications in this data class, if you're trying to add some values, or if you're trying to delete the values, the one thing what you have to do is we have to first remove the data page, else the details in this data page will not be refreshed. So for the first time, data page will be pulling some details from the data class and store it in the clipboard. So data will be ready in the clipboard. Now in the data class, if you're trying to make some modifications, what it will be doing is there is already data page existing. So whatever the new data we are entering, that will not be refreshed into this data page. So that is the problem we'll be facing usually. So for that, we have to forcefully remove the data page from the clipboard. If the data page is removed from the clipboard, if I'm trying to create the new work object again, what it will be doing is it will be executing this data page, and it will be pulling the fresh data. So whatever the modifications we are making here, that will be reflected in the new database that is being created. So that is the important concept. Usually people will be forgetting removing the data page, and they will be complaining saying that whatever the data they are entering in the data class is not being reflected. That's because of the data page which is already existing in the clipboard, and that will be having the previous data. It will not be having the updated data. So that's the problem they will be facing. So for that, they have to forcefully remove the data page from this option under load management. So this is the usual mistake what developers does. So let us continue our requirement. So if I just after we are done with this design, what we have to do is we have to just provide the link between these drop downs. So if I just select the region value as south, then I have to select all the values which are related to the south only. I have to get only the state's value related to the south one. That's because of this value. So before we designing that, we have just identified the scope and given the column names like this. We have just given the column name like region also. Why? Because whatever the region that first drop down is selecting, that value has to be populated. If I select south here, only these values should be populated. What are the regions with south? Only those values to be submitted. So that is our approach. So if I select Andhra Pradesh as a state name, I should be displaying the hospitals related to that Andhra Pradesh only. So here we have to provide another link between this second drop down and third drop down. So this is what we'll be seeing now. So after we are done with this section, let me create the flow action. So if you are not sure whether the flow action or any other rule created on top of this, you can able to just click on view reference. So we have one flow action also ready for that. If we have flow action, I think we have created flow also. We have modified flow also. Let me run the flow. Just go to the next screen. So we are getting all these values. These are single value properties only. So these are localist values only. And here also we are getting all the values. If I select south here, I should be getting only values related to south. So this condition we have to apply. And if I just select Andhra Pradesh, I have to get only hospitals related to Andhra. By default, we are getting all the list. Why? Because we have not given any link between the drop down values. That we will discuss now. So in order to provide any link between these two, I have to pass one value as a condition. So if I select AP here, that value has to be passed as an input to this drop down. So that we'll see. So if we are in a real time and if you want to make these kind of modifications, what we have to do is first go to the output screen. This is the screen, and there click on live UI. Why? Because you cannot able to directly find out the drop down and its source directly from the app explorer. So what you have to do is you have to use live UI. Just click on the control and you can directly open it, and it will be taken back to that section. So here in this way we can able to identify the particular section. So if you are directly going to the app explorer and trying to remember the section what you have created, and if there is any section what other developers are created, it will be very difficult in the real time to identify the section from the app explorer. So that's why we will be using live UI. So first thing what you have to do is you have to run the output, check the value, and from there we have to use live UI and come back to the designer studio. So once you come back to this section, just double click on the drop down and you find out the source. So here this particular drop down has source of data page. So this is the source, and the next drop down is having some other source. So whatever the value I select in the second drop down has to be passed as an input to the next drop down. So this is what you have to identify. So for both the drop downs we have data pages. No, here let me make it as a report definition so that it will be easy for. I mean it will be habit working in both the ways. So I'm saving this. Output will not be changed because we have defined report definition correctly. So what you have to do is we have to come across new concept called parameters. So I'm just trying to open the report definition rule. So this is the rule which is responsible for pulling the data from this class. So here we have host ID, host name, state code. So these are all the user defined properties, and we are seeking value of these three properties, and rest three properties are meant for processing purpose. We don't require those properties as of now. So wherever the so whatever the values we need to get from that class, we have to create one report definition in that class only. So this is what we have already discussed. So if I just run this report definition, I can able to see all the values at a time. So this is what we are discussing. So this is what we are discussing, no? But our requirement here is we have to get only the list of hospitals based on the some input. So first thing what we have to do is we have to redesign this existing report definition to accept some input value, and based on that input value only we have to get back the output. So this is what we have to redesign in this report definition rule. So for that what we have to do is we have to create parameters. I'll tell you. So by default we can able to see all the properties values, and if there are no conditions applied here, so this is meant for filtering. If no conditions are applied, it will be pulling all the records. If I just apply for any conditions here, it will be pulling values based on that condition. This is what we have seen. If I just want to apply some condition like state code, and state code value is something like AP. So if I run this, what it will be doing is it will be selecting all the records first, and based on the records what it is fetching, it will be applying again condition there. So out of all the records, it will be fetching the records of AP whose state code is AP. Then it will be filtering out the results. So I think we should be getting 5 or 6 results based on the input what we provide. So this is what the condition. So let me test it here, whether this condition is working fine or not. So let me run this. So report definition, we can able to see the data in UiPath directly. But for the activities, we have to use clipboard or tracer. No, that's what we have discussed. So if I just put one input like AP, I'm getting the results only related to AP. But the input like AP, whatever the state code we are giving here, it should not be the static value. It will be keep on changing. If I select AP, if I select Andhra Pradesh in the second drop down, that value has to be passed. We should be showing those related. If I select Telangana, I should be changing the filter to TG and likewise TS. So all the time during runtime, during dynamic time, the state code should be changed. So whatever the value we are selecting in the second drop down, that has to be passed as an filter here. That has to be passed here. I should not be giving hard coded value. In this case, I have given hard coded value like AP. So all the time it will be displaying only results to Andhra Pradesh. So I have just saved this, and if I just refresh it here, I should be seeing only hospitals related to AP. Why? Because this is the source of report definition. See, I'm getting only results related to AP here. That is not our expectation. Now, if I select Himachal Pradesh, I should be getting the values related to that. So that is our problem here. So for that, what we have to do is we have to capture the value what the previous drop down is using, and we have to pass it dynamically, and that concept is called as a parameterization. So here we are trying to come across new concept called parameters. So parameter is just similar to an properties only. So whatever the properties we are defining so far, so it should be having some data types and it will be having some fixed values or dynamic values. So this is what we are learning, and parameters is very much similar to properties only. For most of the rules, for the report definition or for the data pages or some other things, there will be one tab called parameter. So if I just click on parameter, I have to define one parameter value here, parameter name here. So if I just define one parameter name, so during runtime, whenever this report definition is being executed, PRPC will be seeking some value for this parameter. So if I just give like state code, if I just define one parameter name like state code and it is of text, we can able to define this data type also. So in this case, it is text. So if I'm just defining one parameter value like state code, then before we run this report definition during runtime, it will be seeking some value. So that value has to be supplied, then only that particular values will be filtered based on this parameter value. So this is the concept and this is the importance of parameters. So if I am not using parameters, I should be giving some hard coded values and which will not be meeting my requirement in this case. Okay, that's why we go for parameters. Parameters is like an expecting the dynamic values, and the dynamic values will be keep on changing, and based on the parameter value only this execution will happen. So during runtime, if I'm not passing any parameter value, suppose if I just want to pass this HP value, Himachal Pradesh value as a parameter here, if I'm not selecting any value here, if I just mark this as a select only, it should not be displaying any value here. So based on the value what I select only, that has to be passed as a parameter. Without this getting parameter, this report definition will not be executed and it will not be pulling the results out. That's the importance of this parameter. So if I select AP, that value has to be passed as a parameter and that should be filtering the results. So what we have to do is we have to apply the parameter value for the filter. So here we are using column source, that is state code, as AP. So based on the filter, we will be getting the results. Here AP is selected, so we will be getting only the 10 results which is having state code as AP, but that is not our requirement. So we should be filtering all the results by using parameter value. So parameter value in this case will be AP, and in the next case might be TJ or anything. So what are the parameter value we are defining? Based on that parameter value only we have to filter the results. So for that we have to define the parameter value. So remember that blindly, wherever we are trying to use the parameter value, either as an condition or anywhere, wherever you're trying to use the parameter value, first thing what we have to do is we have to define it in the parameters tab. Then after we have to call it by using param page. So PARAM. So if you use this param page, then I can able to use that value what I'm defining in the parameters tab. So what are the value I define it here, I can able to use it by using param page. So you have to blindly remember this. So if you are working with work object, the page what we are dealing here, there will be like py work page. Similarly, for all the parameters, one page will be there, that is param. It should be case sensitive, it should be of capital P. You have to remember this. And if I just save this, if I'm trying to run, it will be seeking some value here. So by default, it is not filtered. It has to filter with some value. So for that, I'll show you. So if we are trying to run this, we are not getting any filters applied. So for that, what we have to do is go to settings icon. If we just click on settings icon, we have to mark this use null if empty, meaning if no value is passed, we should not be showing any values. You will be understanding this importance after we're done with this discussion. So just submit this and click on save. Now run this. So state code is null. Why? Because we are not passing any parameter value here. Okay. So param dot state code value is blank now. So that's why it is not pulling any records. So for the better understanding purpose, I'm just removing this. I'm just resetting it back so that you'll be understanding the importance of this in the later class, in the coming discussions. So what we have done is we have to send one value as a parameter to this. For that, I have just defined that value. It can be any value. It can be any meaningful value. I have just defined that in the parameters tab, and based on the value of that parameter only, I have to filter the results. So for that, I am giving it as this one. So where state code should be filtered with the value what I'm passing. So I think I'm done with this. So we have applied filter for this. So there should be some parameter values to be sent. No? So what should be the parameter value? Parameter value should be the state selection. So this property, whatever this property what is having, suppose if I select AP here, so if I select Assam here, so it will be having some value in this property. So it will be having AS state code. Why? Because during processing we have given state code value. So if we just double click on this, so property for value will be state code and display will be state name. We are not bothered about this one. This is just for the display purpose. For the processing, it will be using state code. Okay. So if I just select any value, that particular value will be stored into this property. So for that, the value has to be passed again here. So what I'm trying to do is just double click on this. So earlier, this was the earlier design, but now I have made few modifications in the report definition. What did I do? I have just added parameters. So now if I just remove this and add the report definition, as I told you, wherever I'm trying to run this report definition, it will be first checking for the parameters, whether parameters are defined or not. If the parameters are defined, then it will be asking the value. So we have to send some value to the parameter. So so for that, I'm just trying to update it again. So I'm just defining it here. Now it will be asking for the parameter value. So now the section got refreshed and it will be asking for parameter value. Why? Because we have just defined parameter here. So it will be asking for some parameter value, and the parameter value should be whatever the value I select in the state cell property. So just click on dot. I'm just giving the property name. So this property name will be having some value, no? So I'm directly sending the property value here. So if I select AP, the Andhra Pradesh property value will be AP. So I will be sending this AP value to this report definition as an parameter, and during execution that AP value will be applied it here. So finally we'll be getting values based related to AP only. So if I select some other value like Telangana TJ, that TJ value will be applied here. So this will be sent as a parameter. Based on that, we'll be getting the filters. So for the processing of this, I will be using hosp ID and display will be hospital name. So just submit and click on save. So till now what we have done is I have not made any changes for this first drop down and second drop down, but for the third drop down I have just applied some filters. So based on the value what we are selecting in the second drop down, the third drop down has to be changed. Let us see whether it is working fine or not. Let me refresh it. So by default we should not be getting any values in this hospital. Based on this selection only I should be getting, but still we are getting. I'll tell you the reason why are we getting. So if I just select AP, I'm getting only related to AP here. So KGH, Vizag, all these are hospitals related to Andhra Pradesh. If I just select like Telangana, I'm getting hospitals related to the Telangana only. So if I just select any other state, I'm getting only hospitals. So filter is working fine. If I just select here, I'm still getting all the values. This is one thing what I have to fix. So if I just select anything, any value, I can able to see the filtered results. But if I'm not selecting anything, I should not see all this. So that is the fix I have to do that. So for that, what we have to do is, if I'm not selecting any value, that is null here. So null should not be passed. So select here meaning none of these values are selected. So if no value is selected, nothing should be passed here. So if nothing is passed, we should not be getting any value in this hospital dropdown. So for that, what we have to do is go to settings icon of that filter, and we should not be displaying any values if we are not selecting anything. So this is the importance of this. If I use null if empty, it will not be accepting null values. So just click on submit and save. You can again refresh this section and make sure, and you can observe by default we are not getting any values. So if I select AP, I'll be getting only related values. If I just select some other state, I'm getting that. And if I just select again, I'm not getting any values populated. So this is the perfect way of designing using report definition. So based on the cascading, based on the values only, if I select Punjab here, state select this property value will be PN. That PN will be passed as a parameter here, and that parameter value will be passed as a filter. So based on that, we will be getting all the results related to that. So before we are creating the data classes, make sure we have to define every column correctly. So here I should be linking with the region. This is second drop down. I should be linking with the region. So I should be defining this column also in the hospital. In the next column, I should be defining. I should be linking state and hospital. So we have to define. We have to create one column also there. Likewise, so design should be proper. So this all comes on practice. So you just try to go through this video for 2 times, and you can able to do that. So in the next approach, what we have to do is we have to give the link between this one and this one. So we know the first value is being populated based on the property values what we are defining. So we need not work on this anything anymore. Why? Because by default we'll be getting these values. So no changes are required for the first drop down. And in the second drop down, whatever the value I select, I should be displaying only those states. So we should be providing link between these two. So for that, what we have to do is use live AI, go to that property where you want to make change, open it, and this is the property, and identify the source what they are using already. So here they are using data page. So if we are trying to make report definition, then that will be very easy. You can able to follow the same process what we are doing so far. So if you want to use with report definition, first you go to parameters and give the value. Here you define like region here. Based on the region only we have to make modifications now, and apply the filter like param.region. So whatever the region we select like north, that will be filtered out. So we have already worked with report definition and parameters. Now let us work with report definition, sorry, parameters and data class, data pages. So here the source is data page. So for the data page, I should be passing the parameter. Whatever the value I select like north, that value has to be passed as a parameter to this data page. This is the data page. I have to pass a parameter to this data page, and we know that this data page will be executing one more rule called report definition here. So for that I have to pass this value what we are getting from the region drop down. The same value has to be passed to this report definition also. So ultimately we will be getting all the data using report definition only. So if I'm using data page also, if I'm just using data page, ultimately we'll be getting data from report definition, and from this report definition the data will be copied into this data page, and the data page will be maintaining that shareable strategy. So that is the logic behind. So whatever the value I select, that has to be passed as a parameter to this data page, and the same parameter value has to be passed as a parameter to this report definition. So then only we can able to get the data. Now let us do that. So first thing what we have to do is we have to define parameters to this data page first. So I'm here, the region selection is there, and the region what I'm selecting here, that has to be passed as a parameter. For that I'm defining parameter here. I want to give something like region. It can be any meaningful name. And if we can able to mark this as a mandatory required or not. If we mark this as unrequired, execution will not happen if you are not supplying the value. So if you mark this as no, execution will be happening. You will not be getting any exceptions. Although you will not be getting the data, you will not be getting the error messages. So I'm just to give, you can mark this as an S also if you want. That's up to you. In this case, it should be S only, else you will not be getting the output. So first thing what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to define one parameters to this data page, and go to the definition. And go to the definition, and the parameter value what we are getting here has to be passed to the report definition. Why? Because we are using the report definition internally, no? Report definition, the value has to be supplied to the report definition. So what I'm trying to do is first to open the report definition first. So this is the states report definition, and in the report definition, whatever the parameter value we are sending, that has to be passed here. I'm giving something like region. It should be of text. So this and the parameter what we are defining here and what the parameter we are defining here need not be same. We can able to give whatever we want. Sorry. So this is the parameter for states drop down, and this is the parameter for data page. So whatever the value we give, it will be just passed there. It is not like we have to give the same name. We can able to give different name also. So we already know how to apply parameters for this report definition. No? So I want to filter this based on the region code. So where region code is something related to the value what that is being passed. So I want to pass this region value now. So based on this region value only, I'll be getting this filter values out. Check this out and save the changes. We are done with designing for this report definition, and now we have created parameters for this data page, and similarly we have created parameters for this report definition also. But the thing what we missed is we have not provided any parameter link between this data page and report definition. So for that, what we have to do is just click on parameters. We just click on parameters. So this is the report definition. So parameters for report definition, what should be the value that has to be passed as a parameter from this data page? That is what it is asking. So if I select a north value there, the north value will be passed as a parameter to this data list data page, and this particular value that north has to be passed to the report definition also. So that's what it is asking. So what we have to pass it here, we have to pass the same parameter value what we are getting it in the data page. So for that, param dot region. So this is the value what we are getting it in the data page. Maybe for the better understanding, I'll give it like this, data page. It will be easy for you. And for this report definition, I'm trying to give it as RD. So I'm saving this. And here I should be passing the parameter value. So the parameter of this data page is being passed as a parameter to this report definition. That is what you have to understand. This is the parameter value that we are getting it for data page. And I'm passing the same parameter, data page parameter value as a parameter to this report definition. I'm just clicking on submit and make the changes and click on save. And we have to make the modifications here also. So by default, this will not be updated. So if I'm trying to use the same data page, what we are giving here, it should be seeking some parameter value. Why? Because this has some parameters defined. So this is not updated. For that, go to data page again. If we just select this data page again, it will be asking for parameter value. So what should be the parameter value that has to be passed to this data page? That is what it is asking. So the parameter value that I have to pass is the region property. So whatever the value I select here, that property has to be passed here. So that is like region selection. I think you're getting my point. So if I just select this region manually, that value will be selected, and during this list source execution, that is data page has some parameter defined, and it should be seeking the parameter value whatever we select in the first drop down, and this parameter value has to be passed as a parameter to this report definition. So here we are providing the link. So the parameter for this report definition should be this value. So, and we have made modifications in this report definition also. So for processing, I should be using state code, and display name should be state name. Submit it and click on save. So let me run the case and show you. So Uttarakhand has no hospitals. So likewise, so whatever the value I'm selecting here, if you just click on clipboard, the value will be passed here, and that parameter value will be passed internally with the report definition, and that value will be